This moment of truth is seeing if it actually connects.
And you're good.
Okay.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, have a nice sleep.
I shall.
Let's see. Am I forgetting anything right now? Oh yeah, chat. Just pop it up to the side. Right there. That should do it. So yeah, this is 007. It's a Game Boy Color. Well, it's a Game Boy game. I don't know if it actually was too compatible with Game Boy Color. Never tried it. Do believe I played it once before as a kid, unsurprisingly, and it wasn't very good. It was not very enjoyable at all. Just gotta make sure that I'm hovered over this. Pretty sure that still captures my mouse. Because if I don't have that window open and focus, it will not recognize me splitting. So, I will just go ahead and enter a name. I'm probably just going to stick with Jorns because this is not James. This guy that is supposedly James Bond is definitely not James Bond. So, a certain thing I want to say before starting this, don't believe so. Besides that, we might not make 50 minutes, most likely, so don't expect 50 minutes. Blackjack is going to stop that from us. Alright, let me double check, okay. Let's start this. So, namely in this game, it's not all as you would expect from a James Bond game. It's kind of like an adventure game. A very poor man's adventure game. Now, you might expect, like, okay, so it's sort of like an adventure game. So, what, like Zelda? It's like, sort of not really. Because there's no real overworld. You aren't really in one location, per se, the entire time. Which, I mean, it would make sense, because Bond wouldn't be in, like, let's say, Germany for the entirety of a movie. Why would he be in a video game? Well, it's just like, From Russia with Love, I guess, but even in that, I don't believe he has, like, the entire movie duration. It's really early. I'm tripping over my words. So, I don't believe in From Russia with Love he's always in Russia. But I could be wrong because I haven't seen that movie in 12 years, actually. So what we're doing right now is just basically stealing these plans for our good old boss. Also, I'm hoping my connection isn't going to die. Which it kind of looks like it is right now, I'm sorry. I tried fixing this earlier, but it seems like it didn't stick. It's just AT&T being AT&T. So I'm just gonna have to hope for the frames not dropping more than like 1,000 at the worst. So right there, we just punched that woman into submission because she was going to do the same to us. And we just got a heavy vest very early too, so that's incredibly lucky. 2. Okay. A little too gracious for my liking, but we'll see if that's going to backfire. In terms of blackjack RNG, I'm doing the old strat of punching that guy 3 times because I forgot to just punch and push. Like with this guy. I'm supposed to just... I'm kind of goofing that up, but I got in around the same amount of time. Because normally I would get past him about like 218 maybe. Maybe. With like the punch push. Because it's slightly faster, I think. I don't have concrete proof, but it does seem a little bit faster. Because you have to more or less fight these guys. There's no real alternative. You can't walk past them, you can't just push them out of your way. It's just punch them into submission. Which sadly means wasting a lot more time than you'd kind of want. But there's no real alternative for that. later on we'll have a little bit more in terms of armaments, but whoop, kind of goofed that up. But for right now, we only have our fist. Until London, of course, where we get our handy-dandy not gun, because the gun's pretty trash. And I do mean it's pretty trash. The pistol's so weak, you might as well just punch things. Let alone the fact that you just don't really have it after a while. Might have split that a little bit too soon, but let's just go ahead and say that it's around like 0.9 to 1.3. So yeah, we're in totally not Afghanistan or somewhere in the Middle East, Kurdistan. We're here to go find 008, and for whatever reason he's missing. He's just not doing too good at his job, I guess. Maybe he's just hanging out in the bar, waiting for someone over at MI6 to send us and take over for him. Who knows? But that's why we're here. We're going to try to find out what happened. Otherwise, we aren't really going to be much of a spy, I guess, even though we're more like a caretaker. So I should have equipped that sooner, and we're going to take out this guy who's just minding his own business, just taking in the scenery. We're just going to take him out. We'll see why later. So right now, you might be wondering, why did I just steal that woman's paper from her house? Didn't even ask her for it. Just kind of rummaged through her own belongings and stole it. Well, it's because we need to give this guy a ring for a pass to the cabaret. Why do we need a pass? Apparently it's a very exclusive club here. In the middle of the, just like very small town. It's a little strange. Nah, I didn't get the preemptive swing off. So, this guard over there will block us from trying to walk outside, but we just shoot out of the light and everything's okay. Because apparently we can't just push them over. And so, like you may have already noticed, the guards are kind of not so happy about us doing that. Oops. So now, if I left that guy alive earlier, he would have been more likely than not an obstacle that would just shoot me in the back. Being a little sloppy here, my bad. It is really early. And the coffee isn't sticking too well as I'd hope. So normally in this cave you do take out the lamp and a weapon to fight this guy. Where you can see where this keychain we got from good old Q. Nope, well, I gooped it. That fight can be a little bit of annoying. Just a slight annoyance. But I mean, it kind of just depends on your positioning, really. If you position it correctly, you should be able to do that rather okay. That was a little bit slow. So, the fun part of the game, right here, and fun, I mean, the most aggravating, because of RNG, RNG is kind of a major factor in this game, to an extent. Especially with Blackjack, everyone's favorite little game to play for gambling, right? Not so much for this game. And I'll tell you why. Because I swear to God, the dealer is more likely to win than you. Which, I mean, you'd probably say, like, yeah, of course. But it's more so in this. We'll see how bad our luck will be, though. Because half the time, it's like, oh, you got like a 15, just stay. You'll lose anyway. Because you never know if you're going to get the hand that you need to win, or not. Because if you get like a 13 and you hit, you most likely will get something that will bust you. If you don't hit, you're going to lose anyway, because the dealer, guess what, has something higher than you, or will just get very good cards on their draw. So you're kind of just 50-50ing it. Either you win, or you lose. Not as much strategy as you'd hope. Oh, an instant win. Those can happen. It's very nice whenever you get those. Okay. We got it in the second try. That's actually really nice in comparison to how it can go. Like a lot longer than that. It could go on for so much longer than that. So the second issue here is trying to not lose at this. Okay? Because if we don't get 2,500 or more and get a win or two, we cannot go back there. We need to go back there again. Okay, so we save, quit, and split. Because right now we need to go to our favorite location and wherever the hell this is. Somewhere in maybe the Middle East still. And that is the black market. Of course I picked a terrible way to route through that, but normally you just try to squeeze past those guys. I screwed up my pathing because it's a little early. And I am still a little bit rusty. So yeah, these guys will just try to murder you. And that was a terrible drop. As you saw there, the item box exploded, which indicates I got a booby-trapped item, which can happen whenever. There's no determining when you will get one. It's just, it will happen. It's just a matter of when, and if you are very unlucky to get it more than once within a short duration. I mean, a short period of time. Because it can, and I've had it happen before. So right now, since we have our backstage pass for the city, we can go ahead and hit up Q, who will give us this very strange looking watch, which looks more like a bundle of TNT, if you ask me. So yeah, we don't have any reason to ever go back there again, because all he had was a watch. So now, all we need to do is get to the black market, because apparently Q does not want to give us what we need, because MI6 is scripting. I guess their budget's just tight this year. Otherwise, they'd probably give us more than just a watch with a laser cutter on it. So yeah, this is the black market. Of course, there's more guys who want to beat you up because you're a foreigner, I guess. So yeah, we just mugged that guy for his chicken. Why? Because we can. And also, it's a key item. Namely because it's a key item. So what do you think we're going to do with a piece of chicken? Well, obviously give it to this guy for a cat. Why? Because he's too lazy to get his own. Okay, well we got a cat. Well, so what? What do we do with that? Bring it to our pad? Now we give it to this guy over here for a peril. Because apparently he couldn't go find the guy that's giving cats away. So, okay. Can we retire and, I don't know, sell this pearl off to someone? Give up this whole charade of being a spy? Nah, we're just gonna go get some passports. Because someone else is in dire need of them. Just down here. If I can make sure I don't get stuck on a guard. So, normally I'd chop these guys down because, of course, just to see if I get any health or anything. Maybe a light vest. I didn't get any of those. So we got some night vision goggles though instead, which is the key item that we needed. Unfortunately, we're a little bit less than half, but I think we might be okay. And that's being optimistic. What you could normally do is just make your way past these guys, but again, I'm just trying to get some health. Of course, I got pistol ammo. Great. The pistol's not very useful. Except for that one instance earlier in Kurdistan. Okay, half health is manageable. Not ideal. Oh. We are getting slapped up really badly. So right now we are trying to go ahead and find someone that can give us a tranquilizer gun. And we are in a tight spot actually. We have no health. So I'm gonna take off my goggles because apparently Bond cannot wear things on his head. Whilst also wearing goggles. I mean, wearing a vest or something. So yeah, I'm gonna play it a little risky. I really dislike having this little health at this point. I normally have a little bit more than this too. So I'm just gonna go the longer thing. The longer routes around this and just go get some health. Or attempt to. Because we are going to need more health. God. You can get hit stunned by these guys very easily. Just like that. It's a very easy occurrence. I mean, it's a very possible occurrence to happen to you. It can happen. It will happen. So, apparently, this place only has just rusty doors. Rusty fire doors. To stop anyone coming into, like, say, this sauna with girls in it. And when she gave us a diamond. Why? I couldn't tell you. She just gives you a diamond. I guess you persuade her. So right there we save quit again, just where we can not waste so much time going all the way back. Though, I mean, I still kind of feel like this might be slightly slower still. But, you know, it's either that or try to backtrack all the way through wherever you get dumped off from. Because I don't remember where that location is exactly. But normally, yeah, you just save quit because this is still sort of faster. Unless you get stuck on NPCs, of course. Like I tend to do, or just like on corners. I'm slurring. Sorry. And again, since we're kind of low on health, we're just going to try to farm these guys. And hope we don't get a grenade. Got ammo. It's just as bad. It's almost as bad, but... We got another refill on our vest, I think. So, I mean, at least we have a full heavy again. I believe the heavy vest carries over from the Sahara, but I do believe we will lose it soon enough. Not because of this, but... If it does get kind of hairy, I'm going to have to resort to slapping that on. Because dying in this is kind of a surefire way of losing a lot of time, like you'd expect. And I don't have much of a reason to fight these guys, besides for the potential of health. So yeah, you can sort of stun lock people in this game. Not very effectively all the time, because sometimes it just doesn't matter. So now we've got a diamond, right? Where do you suppose we gotta go and bring that? Well, we gotta go further into the catacombs. This is the only other part where the pistol is actually useful. And I'm not joking about that. That is just about the only other part. And I think maybe one more location. But I could be wrong. I'm gonna grab that for safety because I don't trust myself in this game. Gonna do that. It's better if I just chop that guy up there. Or I can grab that. It's just for a cushion. So, it would be nice if I could talk to this guy without having night vision goggles. But I can't. Because apparently, that's just not possible. But of course, it doesn't look like he has any on. So he can do that with no issue whatsoever. Does that make sense? No. Do I would expect it to make sense with this game? No. This game just kind of does what it wants. We're still kind of far behind on pace, but, you know, it's whatever. The damage right there I took was strategic because I'm going to need low health soon enough. Just to hurry on through to make up for some of the lost time I've accumulated from Blackjack. So here, we have our gun, and we're just going to put down Fez. And if you hold on left, you do a little jig. Well, I mean, you turn around before your jig. I don't know why you do like a little hip sway before you shoot him. Maybe Jorn's Born is very excited about shooting people in the back. I have no idea. And that's very unfortunate. I just picked up more health. Because normally, what I'd like to have is about 1/4 of health before going over to the mandatory loss. It's not even a boss fight, it's just a mandatory loss. I don't believe we're going to make much time back, actually, from the looks of it. So we just gotta go all the way back to the casino. Then we gotta go all the way back, which is just a save quit. Because I think that might be a little bit faster. I'm not entirely sure. I just do save quit on that. Just because it's kind of the thing I've been doing. So no one cares about him sleeping. Like, at all. No one cares. It's strange. But I guess maybe they just figure him a drunkard. Anyway, it looks like we aren't making any time back. Which is, you know, to be expected. I'm not great at this. I'm like 5th. Technically 5th place. With my 5231. I never did submit I never did submit a time, so I can't say for certain that I accidentally reused the key. So yeah, this is the reason why I viewed want low health. For you can just get one shot. But sadly, we did not get one shot. Got too much health. So yeah, we're just in the desert. Because apparently killing us is too hard. And dumping us into the Sahara is much more easier? I don't know. Yeah, you just barely have enough health to get through that. Just barely. So now, we're in Tibet. Don't ask me why. We are we are just in Tibet. So we got one more use for our good old night vision goggles we paid a big diamond for. And I'm not entirely sure that girl is ever going to get that diamond back. Or maybe she will get paid back. Just put it in the MI6's tab. Who knows? Anyway, now we just gotta go ahead and find ourselves a way to a temple? Why? Are we going to a temple? Don't ask me, I don't remember. I don't think they actually tell me why. I just go to Tibet. Now, me getting grenades there is kind of okay. And I'm saying kind of okay, it's because I can use it over here. For this encounter. Just to take out one guy. Save myself a little bit of time. God, that guy took way too much time to kill. And that's all just to try and save a little bit of health on that fight. Because you have to take another just a 3-man fight, which never turns out well for you. Unless you get the stun lockdown pretty well. I'm just gonna burn time killing these guys because I have to backtrack here. And it's probably the slowest way to do that, but again, I'm not gonna stress being real fast, real quick whenever I'm still kind of bad at this. I'm not gonna lie, I am not that great at this. Because I've died before on Russia. And I've gotten lost before on Russia. It's because Russia is such a pain. It's such a pain. Okay, we gotta push that guy a little bit. It's not a necessary thing we gotta do, but it kind of helps. I almost walked down that ladder before. And that would have been real bad because A, I'd have to go all the way back up here just to grab that, and B, it's a big waste of time as you assume so. So now, we've got that. What do we do now? We just go and run through the loop again. We go through the gauntlet once more. And that is probably the best case scenario to go through there. To never get shot. Because that will slow you down very slightly. As you'd presume. So yeah, and the other reason for killing these guys earlier is it's just easier, just so much easier just to kill them. That guy is never an issue. He never gets far enough over to the left. I probably should collect health just in case, but I have faith in myself to not screw it up. Now here, you could probably skip like killing 1 or 2 and just push them away, but I don't ever do that. I should. I could try that sometime, see if that saves me a couple of seconds. But as of right now, I normally just don't do that. So we finally have the grappling hook, before we can go all the way up there. I'm not sure how anyone normally gets around in this place. Does everyone use grappling hooks as their mode of transportation? Anyway, I hope you aren't too keen of having your armor or anything, because you get those stripped away from you to fight sumo wrestlers in Tibet. You know, the home of the sumo wrestlers. So this gauntlet takes a little bit of time, not a whole lot, but it's just about the entire minute. Especially if you screw up and get hit once, because he will combo you to death, pretty much. They can get in like 2 good hits if you aren't quick enough to block. And it's real bad just to even get hit once. Because that burns about a second and a half, I'd say. 2, maybe, being extreme. Because we have about like 3 more rooms of this, I think. And they just get tankier every time. And there's more of them every single time. Though 4 is the most you'd ever have to fight. I screwed that up. So yeah, I'm going to be behind on time again. Is that a surprise? No. Am I expecting to regain any of this time? Not really. Grab the health, because we are going to need that health once we're done with this. Because the next part is going to be absolute pain. RNG can make things easier or much, much worse in the next part. Of course, we gotta beat up all these sumos for whatever reason they are in Tibet. I don't know why you have to do this. So we're finally through. What did we gain from that? A free interrogation. Why are they interrogating me now, instead of whenever they could have done that earlier? Don't ask me. Apparently they weren't thinking about interrogations. Probably just had a score to settle with me first and foremost. So yeah, now we gotta take out guards with our bare fist. And they have guns. And they can stun lock you very easily. Especially in Russia. Those Russian guards can almost certainly combo you into a death. If you have at least half health, and you aren't quick enough to actually respond. Or if you have armor on, they will still combo you into like 3 hits, 4 hits at the most. So you can see I'm nearly dead, and I got I'm just lucky enough to get a vest. Because you see that guy over there next to that table with weapons? He has a bazooka. And we gotta punch him to death. Without this vest, it is guaranteed death. Unless you time your stun lock perfectly. Otherwise, he will just kill you. And the only reason I'm punching these guys is because I'm so low on health. So normally, you could just shoot these guys. I don't advise doing that though. Because the RNG is basically just not going to give you anything half the time. And you're going to be real lucky if you get another bundle of just RNG based ammunition. I can't stress how much the RNG really dictates anything, besides like the very set in stone drops like that. This guy's strafing can sometimes just not push him out all the way over there, which is a pain in the ass, especially whenever you need to kill him. That sucks. So I got another heavy. That's very nice, actually. I'm burning time here. I'm sorry, but I just need to make sure that I don't get shot by that bazooka guy. This is just for another health pack. Like, sure, I don't need more than 2 at this point, but I really need to make sure I have health. This is a dud. I don't know why I went up here. I'm gonna blame the fatigue on that. So this is the one I'm looking for, because it will give me ammo. And I'm gonna need that ammo. I'm just gonna skip this guy because I'm already behind on time. I'm just gonna not even bother putting on a weapon. Okay, here's where I'm gonna bother. Just a... Yep, another booby trap. That's the second one this time this run. It's not so bad, but 2 instead of just getting any sort of ammo. Hell, I take grenades over not having any ammo. Okay, more ammo. We are oh so lucky to get more ammo. Because I have done this before, whenever the game would just never give you any ammo for the rocket launcher ever again, because it felt like it. Because it just didn't want to give you any. It will do that. If it doesn't want you to have ammo, it will not give you ammo. And it is kind of a shame whenever that happens. Like right there, that's very lucky of me. Okay, so this part, I'm going to need a shield. Because it's odd job. And the only way to hurt him is by reflecting his silly little hats at him. Because he has about 1,000 of these bowler caps. I'm taking a lot of damage. That is a very worrying thing. Because I've died before on this, being stupid. Being very stupid. So there's no real pattern to odd job. And I'm serious, he has no pattern. He just kind of does whatever he wants. Like, if he wants to walk in the corner for some reason, he will do it. Trying to walk up and intercept those hats, you'll probably get hit. It's not really worth trying to do. You just gotta hope for a good pattern, and I didn't really get a good one. Because by the time you reflect something, maybe he'll walk into it, maybe he'll just strafe away. It's really not worth trying to walk into this. But this is just wasting a lot of time not doing it. So it's like, do you want to risk just losing health for no reason? Because you can't turn on a dime to intercept those hats? Because sometimes, like, by the time you walk up there to start intercepting those, he'll start throwing it past you. There. That was the slowest odd job I've ever had. I'm not joking. That is the slowest. And that's not very good either. But since we got that done, we can finally continue. The good thing is we still have full health. We still have a lot of ammo. I almost went over there to go grab a gun that doesn't exist yet. We got even more RPG ammo, which is just very lucky. Oh, almost straight from that rocket. I do not want to do that. Okay, I don't know why I'm standing there like a doofus. Just doing that just to make sure I don't get shot. So their hitboxes can linger a bit, so if you try to rapid fire on a recently deceased enemy, it will just collide with the dead enemy. And since I have a decent amount of ammo for the RPG, I'm not going to bother going to the left. Because going over there can net you a bit of ammo for this new weapon, the SMG, the MP5. It's not a bad weapon. Well, I forgot about him. It's not a bad weapon by any means, but it's definitely not as good as, let's say, the RPG. This is the best weapon in the game. It quite honestly is the best weapon. It's just a pain. Just a pain getting ammo for it. So we're back in Kurdistan. You can see things aren't going so hot over here. What happened? Apparently, the forces that we were going after, just bomb the hell out of this place. Or civil war broke out because of them. I don't know. I forget. Either way, I know there is a war going on now in this relatively once peaceful place that had seemingly high tensions. Also, it would have been good to use the heavy vest and secret base, because you get a guaranteed heavy armor right there from our friend, our dear deceased friend, 008. So this is kind of a painful part here. And since I only have 2 health kits and I don't have more than that, I'm going to use this, the heavy vest. Because these, as you'd expect, are RNG-based mortars. And mortars, I mean, they're just grenades. They are just grenades. I didn't put my sword on too because I'm dumb, so excuse me. I really should have put a weapon on, because punching is going to take just as long as shooting. Because I forgot I can't really get past that guy very easily. And I do need another vest, I believe. Let's just take that off. Okay, we got more RPG ammo, which is something I was definitely not expecting. So I have more health than I'm comfortable with having here, because after beating up Saddam, not Saddam, haha, jokes, it's timely. Anyway, normally you'd want to kill yourself on this guy, just to save yourself the time, and it gives you full health too. So yeah, normally you don't want to use their heavy vest so heavily like that. I ended up doing that, because I am a scared boy of RNG, and RNG will take you out if it wants to. RNG does not do you any favors. Sorry. No. It does not want you to survive if it feels like it's about time for you to die. So got through there relatively clean, surprisingly enough. We don't need to kill him, I'm just sticking on to him a little too long. We just need to make room. This guy, on the other hand, it's probably better for me to kill him. Risk a drop of a vest. I did not get one. Those guys I want to keep alive for post-fight. I guess this is supposed to be, the Russian president? I'm not entirely sure. I got myself hit there a couple of times just to make me dying faster. Or it can be sent back much, much sooner. It's just a death warp, more or less. Just like you've seen in like Borderlands 2 earlier, if you stuck around to see that. Sadly, we didn't get to do Titanfall 1 because technical issues, and I kind of wanted to see that. Because Titanfall is not a bad series. I would play it if I could probably run it. I don't think my little dinky laptop can run it. So surprisingly, we didn't get hit that time through the mortars, but we had a much shorter distance. Which is why you go left, up, and then right. Because right is basically the last place you need to go. So we gotta talk to him 3 times, and the 3rd time he gives us a mirror. A mirror that will be quite useful later on. And I'm not kidding, it's gonna be very vital. So far we are actually still doing not terrible. Surprisingly not terrible. That can change, because it's Russia. And there's no love to be found in Russia, just like that booby-trapped item. The 3rd in this run. Surprisingly, 4th. I was about to say, surprisingly, I didn't get a light vest this entire run, but there's my light. So you gotta just go through 3 screens early on, just for that. I've always made a mistake of shooting there and on that screen. This guy, it's normally best just to try to bait him out, because sometimes he'll just never peek out. And I'm serious, he just never wants to peek out and say hello. Probably am using this rocket launcher a little too liberally. But the ammo drops seem to be sticking with me so far. Actually, I don't need this vest. I'm wasting time again with very bad selections on my part. Because I have basically full health. And since I have basically full health, I shouldn't worry too much about taking a hit or two. So you think you go right after doing all that. No, you just go left again. Yeah, just right there, you saw me hit the dead enemy's collision box. Well, the hitbox. And of course, you don't get anything for that. It's just a waste of ammo. And sadly, there's... Okay, that was not the screen I was thinking of. The only thing the shield can block is, well, basics of projectiles. That's the guy I was thinking of. That's not the first time they'll blindside you like that. I didn't turn for that. I'm gonna need to switch... I just wasted a shot. Yeah, I'm gonna switch weapons here because I'm starting to run out of bazooka ammo. And that's not a good thing at all. I'm gonna need more bazooka ammo as the run goes on. God, there's a magic pixel. There we go. Just ever so slightly out of range. This should be the correct path. I'm absolutely glad I did not get hit there, because I usually get hit by that rocket guy. So right now we're just gonna... I don't know why this is what they went with Russia, but apparently all of Russia is just Chernobyl. And Chernobyl was just a bunch of radioactive silos. Don't ask me why exactly. It's just one of those things. So here would be a good use of the grenades, but I'm dumb. I was so dumb. So I didn't take them out. Because that is the most reasonable thing to do. Just take the grenades out and go. Take those two out. If you're fast enough, you can stun lock those with the machine gun, but again, timing the stun lock is kind of a... It's a little difficult, but not too difficult. All of a sudden, here's Jaws. Say hello to Jaws. You'll be gone real soon. This cameo is kind of just... doesn't make any sense why he's here, but don't ask why. It's... Oh, okay, we just barely made that. I almost threw that. Because Jaws takes just 3 of those. 3 grenades, or 3 RPG. So these guards here, they can either shoot rockets or pistol. I mean, submachine guns, sorry. There's no rhyme or reason. I never remember these. I'm actually on a really good pace, actually, 41. That can change at any moment if I die. Or if I run out of ammo, which is always a possibility in this. So much so that I'm gonna try to get this guy with a grenade. Okay, let's not piddle around anymore. So yeah, that guy just took out half my health. Okay. Thinking of the wrong room. Thinking of section 2. Okay. So yeah, they can just take out half of your health if they really want to in Russia. That is just the nature of things in this stage. The AI absolutely does not care. Yeah, I'm actually really far out. This is more so than I was expecting. And I was expecting that to be a booby trap. Because that is just the RNG. That guy is almost always a rocket guy. So you're gonna have more ammo for this. I'm just gonna switch. Normally I put on a vest too, just to play a little safe. Because I don't want to take a booby trap to the face. So we got to do 3 more of those combinations. Not that specific combination, but basically, we gotta open up those doors that we kind of walked through the first section. And this is all just to get to the boss. I believe it's this one? No. It's the reverse for that. Oops. Yeah, he... Oh shit. Ugh. I didn't actually notice he was shooting rockets at me. So it sends you all the way back to the beginning. That's exactly why you should never be too careful. Or never be afraid of being too careful in this, because that can happen. The guy will just sometimes have a rocket on them. There's no reason for them to have a rocket, but they just do sometimes. Sometimes that guy's a machine gunner, sometimes he's just gonna have missiles. Though I think it's just sometimes for some of these enemies that change. I swear they're never consistent. I honestly swear there's never consistent. Oops. Wasting time now. It's always just something weird. So we don't have to worry about getting the other switch, because that miraculously is remembered by the game. So yeah, we did waste some time. We wasted about like a good 20 seconds from that death, I think. Maybe more, actually. It's unfortunate, but I am fully expecting a death every single run because of Russia, or bad RNG. So we're gonna get blindsided here by that guy. He caused a death before. Because he is one of the very few instances where the game just kind of tries to screw you over as best it can. And it does do that sometimes. Oh yeah, that is the 3 down. That's the one I do always seem to remember, the 3 down, because it's simple. They're all down, how can you forget that? But yeah, I'm still pretty far ahead, considering the mess up, which is unfortunate. Again, I could have been second place, actually. Could have been running with John Carl, who also did a run of this game, and I gotta say, he's a pretty good speedrunner. You should watch him. Oh yeah, that's the one switch. I don't think he streamed lately, though. Yeah, it could have been the Bondist. I'll take an improvement, though, honestly. Especially on an event run, too. So yeah, now we got a boss. I'm going to preemptively put a health pack on, because guess what? He's going to chunk the ever-living shit out of me. I'm just going to mash A and not care about wasting a rocket if I do. Okay, I actually got lucky, and okay. I got lucky and got a rocket off on him early. So yeah, sometimes you just get stuck on that beginning, and sometimes, I mean, most of the time lately, for me. So that was an actually pretty good rocket. I just shot another one. So here is the part where we go into the end game. Oh, we're in really good pace still. Except the whole dying thing, taking about 20 seconds per run. 20 to like 30. Again. Yeah, good luck, Rocket. I have way too much ammunition. Usually I just never have any ammunition for that. And I'm honestly serious about this. The game is pretty RNG dependent on ammunition, how items for the vest. I mean, mainly the vest. That's the only real items you get that are worth a damn. The grenades sort of help sometimes, but it's very rarely. So here's the fun part of trying not to die to lasers and electrified flooring. It's not very fun. They're out of vest. I put that on, but since I do not, I'm going to have to just slap on a health pack once I get hit one more time. Because those things will most likely just end this run for me. Turning to face those things is not very easy to do either. Because, again, you don't really turn that fast. Or at least it just doesn't work out as you'd hope. Waiting on that before I don't get a free hit on me. Okay. Instead of risking it, I'm just going to put this on. Because I think I could take one more hit. I'm just going to do that now. Because oh. Well, I got comboed there. Gotta wait on that. It's because it shoots again really soon. Gonna need this now. Again, we're gonna be behind Carl's run, because I believe he was like a 48, 20-ish. I don't remember exactly, but I know I'm not second place. That's too much to hope for with my death. With my death excluded, though, that would have been a really nice run. That would have been a really just superb run. The best run I've ever had. Because I didn't really practice late. Well, I mean, earlier today I could have practiced. I didn't. I figured it just wasn't necessary, or I should just let things go. But this is absurd. No. This is an absurd pace for me. Whoops. Okay, so right now we're gonna need our mirror one more time. And since we have the health back, I'm not gonna care too much if I get hit. So, that's the game. 4903, that is a new best. I am honestly almost proud of that run. The death makes it not so great. I kind of wish I didn't die. But I did at least get through it rather effortlessly. I don't want to say effortlessly, because Marrakech was kind of not so great. It could be a little bit better on Marrakech. The blackjack is totally up to the RNG, just like item drops, but otherwise things went really well. Things went rather well. So let's just go through this. We're actually going to just pop up the credits, so I'm just going to skip the rest of this cuts. I don't believe anyone cares. You don't need to know the story. The story's not good. The game is not good. This run was actually kind of good, though. Surprisingly, the only good run I've ever had was the event run. And I'm not expecting that to change anytime soon once I go back to semi-running this every now and again. Yeah, marathon luck. It is the marathon luck. That is surprisingly true for once. I can't skip this once I started. And if you really want to gamble again, there's your names that you need to use. Don't ask me what Red Dog is, because I have no idea. I've never seen Red Dog, and I don't care to find out. No, I'm not doing blackjack. But yeah. That's James Bond. Not a good game. But it's not going to be what the marathon's going to end on. Men in Black, the series. That is going to be a wonderful treat for those who are going to watch it. So yeah, that is my run. Thank you for putting up with my not so amazing commentary, but I hope you didn't hate that. And I must say, I am glad. I'm really glad that run went as it did. And who is up next? Let me... Whoops, I gotta drag up my window real quick. I'm sorry. I don't have the schedule up with me. So who's after me? Oh yeah, Cosmo. Let me know if you're ready, or... because I should go ahead and just shut this off before, you know, not take up any more time. So, thanks to those who have actually stuck around, and maybe helped spread the word. If you didn't, just our chance stumbled in here late at night just viewing. Thanks for stopping by anyway. I'm very thankful to everyone who donated today and yesterday. Well, yesterday technically, and today as well. Just thanks to everyone who's donated, because honestly, I did not expect this to be so successful, to reach its goal so fast. It's quite absurd to me, but I should just go. Thanks again for everyone and their efforts for helping Sai put this together. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and let Cosmo get on. So, Whenever you're ready.